Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jordan Bazouzi. In today's video and free training, we're going to be going over and reviewing exactly what is a winning Facebook ad creative, right? There's so much going on. There's so many different ads you see every single day yourself and every single day that your customers are seeing. And so how can you actually identify and measure success using legitimate and real KPIs? And that's what we're going to look at today. So what we're going to be reviewing is super simple in today's training. We're going to look at the exact key performance indicators, the KPIs. So that's what I mean when I say KPI, key performance indicator, for Facebook ad creatives, how to actually analyze and interpret these metrics. And then I'm going to give you guys baseline metrics for identifying winning creatives inside of your own ad accounts. First of all, the first thing you guys need to understand is why Facebook's KPIs actually matter. Facebook provides a ton of detailed metrics to actually allow the marketer or whoever's managing the ads to gauge the performance of the ad creatives themselves, right? Obviously, you can look at performance at the end of the day, like what is this actually getting you in terms of return on ad spend? Again, that is kind of the end all be all, but you want to be able to kind of say, hey, maybe this is getting a good return, this is getting a bad return. Why is that? Facebook gives you the KPIs and the key performance indicators that you can utilize to understand the performance of the actual content that you're using. And by focusing on these KPIs, you can optimize for what works and cut what doesn't inside of your brand's account. So when you're creating ads, guys, your performance iteration should look like this, right? Ad creative, which goes into the KPIs, which then you want to use those insights to go ahead and optimize and kind of go through this loop. Ad creative, KPI, insight, optimization, every single time you go ahead and upload new creatives. And so the first KPI we're going to look at today, guys, is click-through rate, right? CTR. You probably hear this all the time. So what is the click-through rate? Guys, this is simply the percentage of the people who saw your ad and clicked on it. So essentially what you're going to see here is like inside of the accounts, it's going to be like 1%, 2%, whatever the case may be. The formula that Facebook's using is clicks divided by impressions times 100, and that's giving you that percent. And so why this matters, guys, it's actually going to give you the indication as to how compelling your creative and how compelling the headlines actually are. And so a baseline standard for a good creative in e-commerce, guys, is going to be anywhere between 1.5% to 2.5%, depending on the account and depending on the overall niche. And quick optimization tips here, guys: test different headlines, test different call to actions, and make sure you are definitely testing that initial hook the first 1 to 5 seconds, which is going to grab everyone's attention. Now, piggybacking off of that is the hook rate, right? The 3-second video view rate, right? So what is the hook rate, right? This is the percentage of people who watched at least 3 seconds of your video. So how many people are actually getting hooked in to watch? So this is very important to understand, how engaging is the actual start of your video? Is it actually stopping people from scrolling? And why this matters is because simply, guys, if people don't watch the first 3 seconds of your creative, they're not going to see the rest of the ad. So you have to make sure that hook rate is actually good. And you want to see a standard hook rate of anywhere between, like, I would say realistically 20 to 30% and above is really good, right? Once you're hitting 50%, that's, fairly good. And then optimization tips here, guys. Again, you want to open with attention grabbing hooks, text overlays, shocking statements, satisfying clips, dynamic visuals. What you need to remember here is that we are utilizing pattern interrupt marketing, and you need to interrupt people in their pattern of scrolling on social media to gain their attention and actually get them to click. And you need to get in the mindset of that when it comes to utilizing and creating ad creative. The key performance indicator number 3, guys, is going to be simply cost per click. So what is the cost per click? Guys, this is going to be an amount. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. This is the amount that you pay every single time someone clicks on your ad. Facebook is basically utilizing ad spend divided by the clicks. And why this matters is going to indicate the efficiency of the ad. Is it actually generating interest, right? I would say, depending on the brand, depending on the niche, it really does matter. I would say a standard cost per click, you want to see anywhere between, like, realistically, I would say 50 cents to like $3.50 is okay. Once it starts getting $4, $5, $6 to actually just click, it's likely going to be too much for most e-commerce brands to become profitable. And so what you want to do to optimize that is lower CPC by targeting the right audience through your creative, right? Allow the creative to do the targeting, use different demographics, touch on different pain points in the hook, as well as test different landing pages to see, is that the reason, your cost per click is a little bit high? Perhaps loading speeds are quite low when people are clicking on that initial ad and they're just bouncing off, which is forcing that cost per click to rise. Okay, guys, number 4 is CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. Now, what is the CPM? This is basically Facebook's fancy way of saying how much you're going to get charged as an advertiser to get in front of 1,000 people, right? So basically how much you're going to be charged for every 1,000 times your ad is shown. Total ad spend divided by impressions times 1,000. That's going to be your CPM. And so generally, right, and we'll touch on the baselines, but what this means is it's the indication of the actual competition in that space. Let's say you're advertising a supplement, CPMs are probably going to be like $30. Realistically, it's a very competitive space and the audience demand. Higher CPM, as I've written here, is more competition in your space, or perhaps too narrow of creative, and we'll touch on that in the optimization here. But baseline standard for a good CPM is $8 to $15. But as I said, it varies by niche, it varies by seasonality. Q4 CPMs tend to rise. Presidential elections, CPMs tend to rise. So all these things have a factor in the marketplace of Facebook's media buying. Now, when it comes to optimizing this, narrow targeting often leads to higher CPM. So what you want to do is test broad audiences, lookalike audiences, interest-based expansion, right? Making sure that your audiences that you're targeting on Facebook are like 30, 50 million people. Facebook prioritizes ads that get more engagement. If your ad is receiving a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of shares, it's actually going to reduce the CPM, and Facebook is actually going to favor your creative. Now, what you want to do here is test different ad placements, right? Stories, reels, find where that lower opportunity is for your CPMs. Generally, this isn't really going to be a big one. It's just going to be overall different creative and messaging. And then, as I mentioned, guys, CPMs tend to raise during Q4s or major sale events. So you want to plan accordingly and understand, like, hey, ad costs are actually going to rise come November, December. Let's kind of plan for that. What can we do? And just like understand that, hey, the CPMs are going to rise. That's okay. We're going to get a much better return. You need to understand these things. And then kind of piggybacking off of that, guys, as I just mentioned, Facebook favors organic engagement on ads. And so KPI number 5 is actually going to be the engagement rate, right? This is the percentage of people who engage with your ad creative, which is going to be liking, comment, or sharing. And simply high engagement increases organic reach and furthers the reach of that actual creative. As I mentioned, Facebook wants people to stay on the platform and interact with one another. And if your creative is getting 100 likes, 200 likes, 1,000 shares, Facebook's actually going to prioritize that, reduce your CPM, which is going to be huge. It's actually going to have a domino effect and better performance for your creative. A baseline standard for this, guys, is going to be like 2 to 5% of people are liking, commenting, sharing. Now, the thing you need to remember here is you need to actually initiate the engagement in your copy or creative. Ask people to comment and answer to a question, things of that nature, but you cannot expect engagement for no reason. You have to give people a reason to engage. And I want you to remember that when it comes to trying to increase the engagement rate inside of your ads. And then lastly, guys, is just going to be your video view rate, right? Oftentimes in most accounts now, we're really heavily prioritizing video content. And so this is going to be the percentage of, you can actually look on Facebook of people who watch 25, 50, 75, 100% of your video. And it's actually going to allow you to measure, hey, are these videos like actually compelling? Like, our call to actions at the end of this video, 2% of people are getting to the end of that video. That's not good. Maybe we should switch up the call to action and have it at the beginning of the video where most people are obviously seeing it. And so this is going to indicate the quality and relevance of your video content that you're showing to your audience. If you're noticing that 0% of people are reaching 100% viewership, that's something that's noteworthy and something you actually want to take into account. And so a good video view rate is going to be like 50% view, like people who watch 50% of a video. It's probably going to be anywhere between like 15 to 25%. And people that watch 100% of a video, guys, if you can get to 5 to 10%, that's going to be crazy. But again, you need to remember that I would say it's likely going to be like sub 5% most of the time. And so you need to remember, like, where can we place our call to actions? What you might want to do is try shortening your video length, refining your storytelling for better engagement, and using curiosity as your friend in the beginning of a video to engage retention later on and keep viewership. Okay, guys, so now there's all of these different KPIs that I've just given you: engagement rate, click-through rate, video view rate, all of these different things. How do we combine these KPIs for actual insights? And what do they actually mean? So one KPI doesn't tell the full story. You want to look at them together inside of your ad account. So I put together a couple of examples here. Perhaps you have a high click-through rate ad, but it's a low return on ad spend. You're getting a lot of people to click to the website, but it's just not performing. That might actually indicate poor landing page performance or overall experience. And so your ad is driving click, but the website isn't converting. You're going to want to not fix a creative issue, right? You're getting people to the website already efficiently. What you want to do is work on the back end, focus on design, speed, the overall customer experience. Perhaps you have a high hook rate and low click-through rate. What's happening here is that you probably have a weak call to action, right? So people are actually engaged in that first 3 to 5 seconds of the video, but they're not clicking through. And so what does that mean? You need to strengthen the call to action, whether it's through text or through your headline or through your ad copy, or test different urgency like methods and different offers to actually get people interested to click through because they're watching those videos already. Now, if you have a low hook rate and a low video view rate, you probably just have a weak overall creative, right? People are dropping off very quickly, which means they're not going to click because the hook is not compelling. And what you want to do is actually start by utilizing attention grabbing visuals, testing that hook and finding ways to actually keep people engaged and then get them to click so they're interested. If you have a high CPM and low engagement, this is probably like bad audience targeting or just like poor creative overall. Facebook's telling you, hey, these ads are expensive because they're not getting likes, they're not getting clicks, they're not getting comments, they're not getting shares, it's not performing. What you need to either do here is broaden your audience because perhaps you're testing too narrowly, or just overall test different creatives. And if you're getting high engagement, right, people are commenting a lot, things of that nature, they're sharing, but a low click-through rate, it could be because the ad is just not relevant at all. I've seen this so many times where people create like, oh, this is a really funny ad, but it's kind of confusing and I don't really know what they're selling and, you know, it's not persuading me to buy. And so what happens here is like, it's entertaining, but it's not persuasive. And so what you want to do is, again, when you're making this creative, you can use Dr. Squatch as an example.
Does your man meat stink? Our brand new soap helps with cleaning men's balls and holes so they are not stinky.
What you want to notice here is like their intro to the creative might be kind of wacky and it grabs engagement, but the rest of the video is very coordinated and directed with a clear call to action, and it's getting people to buy. And so that's the sort of things you want to think about. And then guys, you can go ahead and screenshot this if you would like, or just pause the video. These are just some realistic benchmarks for each KPI. I'm not going to run through them all here. Like I said, you can kind of pause this and go through it yourself. Click-through rate, again, I would say 1 to 5, 2.5%. If you're below 1%, the ad is just not compelling enough. We need to test new creatives entirely. Above 3%, creative is probably quite strong. If it's not performing well, then we know you have issue on the back end of the customer experience. Hook rate, I would say 30 to 50% would be great. Below 25%, again, you're just not grabbing enough attention with your hooks. You can definitely test that, but if that's not a major KPI. Cost per click, very important. As I mentioned, let's put this to $3.50 above $4. Kind of depends on your average order value, right? If you're selling something for $250, you can afford a $4 cost per click. But if you're selling something for $40, you probably can't afford a $4 cost per click. It's going to eventually cost you $35 to acquire a customer worth $40, right? Not going to be efficient. Engagement rate, right? I would say 3 to 5%. Video view rate, I would say 15 to 20% if people are watching 50%, and then 5 to 10% if people are watching 100%. And then CPMs, $8 to $15 is pretty good. Above $20 depends on your industry and your niche. As I mentioned, supplement companies, we will often see a $30 CPM quite regularly. So these are just things to keep in mind. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it actually brought you guys some legitimate insights as to what is a winning Facebook ad creative. I've gone ahead and filmed a ton of sort of like quote reaction videos on winning creatives in the past. I'll be uploading a ton more in 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you're interested in working with our agency, whether it's on paid ads, email and SMS, conversion rate optimization, or user generated content, the link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.